You got a cup? Yeah. Whew. It's parched. Whew. I got those liquids in the nick of time. You ever be so thirsty that when you drink something it hurt? You almost died. Josh Simpson, Feel It Cutie's story is better than some of his music. I didn't even see his story. I just saw the music. But now that you say that, I'm gonna check out his story too. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Especially for me. Well, what was going on? I recall I was speaking to somebody right before I got cut off. Um, it's longer trips inside the city. Man, I need a pen and paper. Too much hydration will flood the body. Yeah, that's a science. I don't know that much about it. But I know there's water intoxication. See the connection up here appears to be a touch more shoddy than what I'm used to dealing with in New York. I was saying I was going down south. Yeah, in a couple weeks I gotta go down there. A couple weeks I get down there and see what's going on. Then I should be you know, and when I go down there, I think I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be in there. See, when I go to certain places, I'm like a hermit. Like I'm the type of person, right, that if I go on a trip, when I go on vacation, I just want to rest. Like other people in their everyday life, they very sedentary. So when they go on vacation, their idea of having fun is to be able to get up and go out and do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always up and out and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So really, my idea of vacation, like when I go on a trip, I just rest. Like I can rest for days straight. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll reach a point where I'm like, I gotta get back to the action. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, my idea of going, so I've been places and I really only know right around there. Like I know where the store is, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know, things like that, but a lot of times, you know, when I go someplace, I don't even know where I'm at. King Green. I doubt I'm in stopping VA. I mean, it's possible. What part of VA you in? You over there by that bridge? I don't want to be on that bridge. Just to say, yeah, I'm the same way. I just came back, and all I wanted to do was lay on the beach. Oh yeah, up here, nah, this is, I mean, I can't really tell. Can't really tell. You know, I mean, right now it just look regular. It just looked like a regular, you know. But see, you know what? It's hard for me to gauge when I leave New York City. It's hard for me to gauge what the hood is. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way it looks. Because, you know, when you go other places, it's private houses. And in New York, you know, a lot of times, you know, we see nice private houses. We don't think, you know, it's wild over here. A lot of times, so, you know, it's hard for me to gauge. Like, I really got to, you know, see the people moving around and I can see what's going on. You know, like when you go to certain areas, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you go to Brownsville and just the way it looks. You know what I'm saying? If you on Livonia, you know, you better be on point. And then there's other areas, like people know about the South Bronx, but if you up in like the Northeast Bronx, you wouldn't know that that's the same, county or whatever, the same section. But you got the same kind of people. Oh, you been on that bridge too, huh, Justice? King Green said he's in Newport News. Yeah, I don't think I never been in Newport News before. Moosie D, peace. 793rd said did that on a trip with fam into the islands and still tuned into the God. Beach wind, enjoying the useful land and doing the knowledge. Yeah. I like to kick back and relax. Supreme Justice said bad news in here. Oh, Moosie D, you got the Moosie D got the whole Yankee. I mean the whole Moosie D got the whole Nick Page outfit. $793 say Connecticut different, like now just upstate, now wide and west in the desert. Deceiving unless you know what's up. Bridgeport, Waterbury, the Elm, Hartford, and many diverse sections. Yeah, sometimes the naked eye can't detect. Same city, Mike Vick, Allen Iverson, Aaron Brooks, all of them from here. When I say bad news, I'm referring to Newport News, Virginia. That's part of my cipher, God Cities. I went to school with Mike and his brother Marcus. Shasim said them wolves though. Yeah, man. Most definitely. Now I never been to Newport News though. I think I was a little bit resistant to that part of Virginia because it was like it was something that happened on Virginia Beach. This was like back in the 80s, man, where it was some type of clash. There was some brothers down there. It was some type of function or something. And it was some type of clash with the cops. I don't really recall all the way what happened, but I just remember not really wanting to go out there. Nowhere by the water in Virginia. Sweet Pea is from Newport News? Get out of here. I didn't know Sweet Pea was from Newport News. King Green said I moved back down here. Yeah, that shit, Greek Fest 1989. Looking back at the riots that made Virginia Beach look at itself. Yeah, I remember I remember when that happened, and it was like, yeah, I'm not going out there. Not catching me. 793rd said actually classic now wild music and upbringing with this DJ Scratch app has me spoiled and not wanting to party or even dance no more. Or even dance to no corny music. So what it says? Yeah, I know I get behind. So don't be in those spots, clubs, jams on vacation. King Green, you went in Patterson, New Jersey. Listen. If you from someplace called Bad News, I don't know why you would leave there and go to Patterson, New Jersey. I know when you got there, you found that Patterson, New Jersey is called Bad News too. More bad news. Shout out to Patterson, New Jersey and the guys in Patterson. Guys out there, knowledge, understanding, supreme. You got natural down south somewhere now, though, in North Carolina or something. Guy from out there, though. Supreme Justice reaching out to King Green. Born Magnetic Peace. Supreme Judge said Sweet Pea is from Norfolk, a section called Diggs Park. Alright? King Green said he was born in Patterson. Oh, so you knew what time it was already when you went there. Can't say you wasn't one. Yeah, Supreme. We just saw it on the internet. It was 1989. It was a Greek fest. And so they out there, and I just remember it was like a hip hop event. I wasn't that clear on it because I wasn't going to those type of events at that time. But I just remember when that happened there, it was like, yeah, stay away from there. But that was 1989. $7.93 said good old 80s wars and a bunch of folk out my way with family from P-Town, Patterson with that waterfall bridge thing. Yeah, man. Supreme Judge, your pops was from Patterson? Yeah, man. Those Patterson, Newark, Jersey City, that whole part over there. Lodge said he recalls that summer that was Public Enemy's Fight the Power. Right, when Fight the Power came out, that was what was in the video. Yeah, I didn't recall that. You just, yeah. That's right. That was what Fight the Power video was about.
They were chanting it. That's what the kids was chanting.
Mm-hmm. .793rd. So when you said P-Town, I was thinking Portsmouth, Virginia for a second. I guess Patterson is called P-Town as well. I heard you got people in Patterson. Yeah, Patterson is one of the bugged out places, man. The whole part of Jersey. Who's EO? EO across the street? Like where the guy King Green mentioned? Oh, that's a store or something? Patterson is called Silk City? Oh yeah, East Orange, yeah. EO is East Orange. Yeah, the 80s. I mean, to me, it's still a lot of racial tensions. You know, it's just, you know, to a certain degree, you know, in certain places, it was more racial tensions in the 80s because, you know, than even the 60s because in certain places, the kind of race, you know, whatever status people was going to have based on race was kind of well established. And nobody was really challenging the status quo. But by the 80s, the status quo was being challenged all over. So yeah, it was, you know, there was a lot of events that happened. Like even right now, let me tell you something. When you see gentrification, right, in New York City, that's all new people that just came. Like if you take a person, right, like myself, right, I'm not moving to Bensonhurst. I don't care how much New York you tell me it is. I don't care, you know, who's the mayor, Bloomberg, Giuliani. I'm not moving to Bensonhurst. There's certain, you know, if you find a white person who's lived in the city for decades, you know, they're not moving to Bed-Stuy. Not moving to Bed-Stuy. Not moving to Harlem. Those are all new people. I don't know how it works in other cities, but in New York, you're not gonna get nobody from past a certain era to kind of, you know, let their guard down and move into another area and make their own. He Kareem, Jansport Posse, it's the signs. Jansport Posse from around the way. From the hill to Lawville. From the hill to Lawville. .793rd, so used to stay out in South Orange off the campus of Seton Hall. In 91, South Orange Ave runs through Newark from the South Orange Village side to parts of the block where we wouldn't stop for red lights in the 90s. King Green said he hasn't been given a righteous name. How long you been around, King Green? Not that it's a rush for you to get a name, but how long you been around? Kareem said ran into an old joint called Illegally Black. Oh, the song? Yeah, I like that one. We got a cipher. We got a cipher going on in here again today. The comment section. Hold on, y'all. Let me do some advertising. You can read, so I've been pumping that joint all day. Yeah. That's one of them things that when you tell the story behind it, it's bugged out. That that song was really just, it was thrown together like real quick. Like it was just, we needed one last song. I think it was like we had a song already to complete the project, and then something happened, or whatever the case may be, we had to do one more song. And so I was jiggling around. I finally caught the right track, and then we just did it real quick just to throw it on there, and that ended up being a jump off that I really liked. King Green said, I've been around guys since I was 16 or so, but I've been back and forth Jersey to VA. 793rd said, your Knicks logo doesn't deserve to be on your screen. Getting rid of Twin Senior like that. Wait a minute, who they got rid of? I've been out the loop, man. I've been in the studio. Twin Senior? Who's Twin Senior? Oh, they got rid of Marquise Morris. What's his name? Yeah, and who they got back? Clippers. better be my man, 6th man of the year. King Green said my pops is Muslim, but he been gone for almost 20 years. So that's how you first got introduced to the 5%? Speak on Bronx War Story. That, is I don't know how you happen to pick another song with a story that is like it, what that song became. It was never really. That was I had the beat in my verse for a long time. I couldn't even tell you how long it was. But it was like, I always did that. I had certain songs that I would make, and it was just really for me. I wasn't really thinking, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really thinking in terms of, other people really being able to relate to it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And one day, we going through the beats, just, we looking for something to do, right? And I happened to throw that on, and then, I was getting ready to take it off, and then the brother was like, yo, nah, what's that? So I was like, man, so really, the next day, 120 came back with his verse in the hook and was like, yeah, let's do this joint right here. So, we ended up doing that song, and I'm not even sure how that record ended up down at Wu-Tang. Like, it wasn't a song that I was doing. Like, even when we did this song at first, it wasn't a song that I was doing that for my project. You know what I'm saying? It was just, a song that was gonna go on something, but I wasn't thinking about really turning it in to Wu-Tang Records. And for that particular album, The Swarm, I had already did a record. So, I pretty much, and then I don't know how, but again, when RZA heard it, he was like, yo, what's this right here, man? And that's how that song ended up on The Swarm over a song. What was that name of that other song? What's the name of that song? Call for Help. It was a song called Call for Help that we originally did for that project.
They shot the Joker right there.
People was telling me that.
Yeah.
They shot the Joker on my scene. They shot the Joker where I did my video at.
3 minutes, 24 seconds.
At 3 minutes, 24 seconds into my video is the same place where they shot the Joker. They shot the Joker on my block. I ain't see it. I don't really go to the movies like that. Man named Trayborn Supreme, but he been upstate since I was 14. I'm 35 now. Who who you talking about? Was who was who? 793rd said pivotal during me getting the knowledge and seeking it through the music at the time when it dropped. Without proper guidance, there it go. What you talking about? That song? That song Bronx War Story? Speed Racer, what you talking about?
Mentally dead people who are living in mentally death. You need to look at it.
We said there, peace, appreciate you adding on with that, as I'm sure was dipping down Davidson for that Elliott and back to Connecticut with that bumping. Another Bronx War Story. Yeah. Speed Racer said, when that brother was rapping PC God, you held me down like a weapon. Yeah, that was me, Speed Racer. You didn't make the connection? Get out of here, man. I didn't think it was that record was gonna have that kind of impact. And I didn't like the way they mastered it either. Nah, I would say just the opposite. 793rd. They probably definitely saw it and said they probably definitely saw it and said this is the one. Speed Racer said, I thought I recognized it. I got a name, not an attribute, but yeah. I was just telling somebody that the other day that I didn't realize that there was a lot of people that knew that there was a dog can be alive, you know, from that world, and they knew that it was a dog can be alive that teachers at the school, but somehow or another they didn't make the connection that it was the same person. That's bugged out to me.
Than $122 million a year in tax revenue, tourism has put the Virginia Beach oceanfront on the map as a top attraction for families. But the beach suffered a crushing blow 28 years ago when the events of a single weekend put the entire industry in jeopardy. Tonight, a look back at Greekfest 1989. No matter how hard and how fast he runs, Shots Madison can't get away from the
793rd said it stood out to me with Fan from Pelon on that album, and the 5% of the rap world wasn't saying much of anything, but certain things on the surface. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that was another song that I didn't really you know, I don't know if I actually ever do that though. You know what I'm saying? Like if I ever, you know, in terms of making music, I don't, you know. Like I listen to other people's music as a fan, and I listen to my own music as a critic, kind of. You know what I'm saying? True 120 said, residing in Orlando, Florida for 6 months now, attempted to visit a school that I thought was out here. When I arrived, I found an empty building. Is there a school or anything out here? Dr. Denkenstein. You gotta talk to Infinite that's down there. He's in tune with the whole Florida cipher. He got his kung fu school and all of that is out there. Dr. Denkenstein. Bolo X from Pelon. No, I don't know Bolo X. $7.93 said, understood but not too impressed with a whole lot of this music anymore based on how some are living, so I'm very particular to what I listen to. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Like me, myself, I stopped listening to the radio and all that stuff. Like the last songs I was hearing on the radio was like when Fat Joe had like Jealous One Still Envy out. Like the last days of like Ja Rule, you know, and I just, you know, even then I really wasn't listening, but you know, starting at that point, like I stopped even attempting to have a radio. Like I don't have a tuner anymore. True 120 said that's peace. I thought he was from Harlem, showing what brother out here. What you talking about? Bolo X? Are you? $7.93 said I'm really good on this rap stuff. King Sen was saying he penned a lot of Joe's first stuff and got no credit. That's the way I recall it. He wrote, you remember, Fatal was merciful, but they cursed me when the show on the mic. I show no mercy. Fatal from that was on Live at the Barbecue. King Sen wrote his verse too. On Live at the Barbecue, it was Akinelli, Nas, Fatal, and Large Professor, Extra Pete, and King Sen wrote Fatal's verse. Almighty True Divine, from actually, I think Almighty True Divine is from the desert, but I know him from Medina. Yeah, I saw the guy at the rally. You grew up with Almighty True Divine. Almighty True Divine took you to your first parliament back in 1995. That's peace. King Green said, "Listen to Nas, The Message." What was in there? Yeah, those particular beats, I made those. Well, the ones we talking about, tonight, I made those. Bronx War Story and Illegally Black. Both of those is me. Alright, no doubt, Supreme Just. A lot of info about God and the truth in the message from Nas. If I see Almighty True Divine telling Wise Magnetic Intelligence from Colorado said, "Peace. Haven't seen him in 25 years. I would like to thank the God." Yeah. Well, the guy's pretty much at every rally. So I'm fairly sure I'm going to see him on the Wisdom Understanding Day. It's the rally this month. Not that much, I'm fairly certain. True 120 said, "As a guy and an MC, do you still listen to old school MCs? Just heard a new Diamond D with Joe, Raekwon, and Freddie Godson. Now Cypher, straight savagery. It's straight savagery on the record." I mean, yeah, I'm still a fan of hip hop. You know what I mean? You know, so you know, I mean, I would say I'm more inclined to listen to somebody old school than I would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that interested in what's 6ix9ine's first record gonna be when he come out. I'm probably not gonna check it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Kareem said, "Have you ever, in the early Born Cyphers, Late Bill Cyphers, in Pelon or Mecca, met a guy named Born Unique. Um, Born Unique. I mean, the name is not unfamiliar, but I can't put a face with it right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, one thing that's already throwing me off is, you know, I grew up with a brother named B Unique from Fresh 3 MCs. B Unique, that's the guy. What you said? It hurts to even hear what 793rd. Oh, that about that record with them on it. Yeah, 'cause that's a lot of classic names on there, man. You sure you might not be overreacting? It has to be some. It has to be some. How would they say? Redeeming quality. Let me see that roster again. Diamond D, Joe, Raekwon, and Frederick Dodson. Freedom Alive said, peace. Okay, this is where you at. I know this, your hour, the late night, I hit you earlier. Yeah, you know that. But you know, earlier today, I was at the, you know, I got the boxing. I teach the boxing on Sundays. Me and Rashawn is out there with the boxing, so I don't, you know, a lot of times, if you hit me on Sunday, I'm busy. $7.93 said forever, my joint right there. Fresh. Oh yeah, Fresh, fresh, fresh. Yo, that's fresh. He said Fat Fred, as they call him around the way in studios when he comes through. Come on, man.
It's 2 o'clock.
I'm gonna have to listen to this record myself in a minute, man. Make sure y'all ain't over exaggerating. Over exaggerating is a bugged out word, right? I don't think that's a word. Cause exaggerating already means you going over exaggerating. She's 793. You gonna put me on the hot street, man. You gonna put me on the hot seat, 793. I mean, I don't know what's the first joint by him that I recall. Yeah. Over exaggerating. That's really crossing the line. Kareem said caught it live from 2-5. Was 2-5, that was the one with the stars in the background where we was talking about civilized and civilization and culture and etiquette. Is that one? Alright, King Green. Peace. Yeah, that was a good one. Today was decent too. The earlier one, when we went, through Knowledge the Born. Cause you know how P.T. Barnum, he says it's a new sucker born every minute. You see what I'm saying? But when you a teacher, it's a new person to teach at every moment. You see what I'm saying? Being born every moment. So whatever knowledge you have is new to some people. Third said maybe inflated expectations by what we want and thought these bestow artists that don't deliver. Exactly on this guy said, plus how he said he got his name by some woman who called him White Jesus' kid. I see. Nah, I didn't really know that much about his story and all that. But I'm gonna check it out, man. See what it's about. Give it the old college try. Well, true self, I would personally, I think the sucker that's born is a sucker. $7.93 said just leave God out of it. Nas, Fred, Drake, just chill. Yeah. True self. Yeah, I would say, the person who's born, because, when you're talking about somebody, you gotta separate people that's been made blind, deaf, and dumb when they was babies, right? From everybody else. That's like absolutely mandatory. Because see, those people, they will come to realization in time. Like, see, right now, there's people in your family, right? A lot of y'all that may just be getting the knowledge now. There's people in your family that seem to be the most against you right now. In terms of you saying that, the black man's God, the black woman's the earth, you straying away from Christianity, within a family context and everything, they might appear to be the people that's the most against you. Those are the people that's going to come up to you one day and say, yo, that stuff you be talking about, I'm starting to see you right. Should have listened to you all along. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The people who is suckers, they ain't never gonna see. You could bring them to the rally, sit them there with the firstborn. They're gonna go right outside and get somebody some money to tell them some lies from the pulpit. Cause they suckers. You know, can a person, you know what I'm saying, wake up, you know, from being a sucker, you know what I'm saying? Can different environments maybe, you know, bring about a change? No doubt. But generally speaking, it is suckers, man. See what I'm saying? Just like you got people, you know what I'm saying, you leave one religion and go in another religion. That they believe the same thing, they just speak in a different language. True 120 said Nas is doing too much with his new industry swag. That performance on the Grammys was disappointing. Drake, Fred, good. Nas, I didn't even. I'm so far out the loop. I gotta start watching the news or something. $793 said, so they may get it out of suckers or cowards, many death pace. Not ever trying to see that. I'm Gucci and out the loop for a good reason. Yeah, sometimes I'm happy to be out the loop. I am out the loop on purpose for that. But yeah, I haven't been seeing, you know, anything particular from Nas. I do know that, you know, he doing his investment group thing. Hey, a lot said Nas been over. I mean, Kareem said some or most of the 85% are sincere in their beliefs and think they are right and exact. Damn shame in these days and times. When 20 said knowledge of self and the truth will cause the loss of family and friends. He said after the Hennessy and all that, you mean when he endorsed alcohol? I mean, yeah, I did, you know, I wondered about that. You know, it was a little incongruent with a lot of other things. But, you know, 120 is about life. And so a lot of things that we saying about life, you know, people gonna come to see that in time. Karis One endorsed Seagram's gin. $793, so that's by design and purpose. Being out of the so-called loop. Being out of the so-called loop as ropes make loops and ain't nobody roped in brand growing. Politically correct, whatever. Cormega said that cat called this chick up. My mom raised me Christian. My whole family is Christian. They banished me, called me a Muslim, and basically disowned me. The inhale, exhale. I'm saying, but see, 120 is about life though. And regardless to whom or what, you know what I'm saying? Life will teach people lessons, right? Whether they want to learn it the easy way or the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Righteous the bar, peace. You know what I'm saying? The hardest, of headed people, you know what I'm saying? The most obstinate of people. You know what I'm saying? After 30, 40 years in jail, even the most stubborn, obstinate person start realizing that, just in terms of life, they can look at how they came out and look at how other people came out. You know what I'm saying? Like when a person reaches a certain age and they start to realize that, okay, what I've been doing is not something that, I want the young brothers to have to go through. That's the first thing they tell them. Don't do what I did. Because now they've learned their lesson. But it just took them too long. So, a lot of religious people, they'll learn their lesson. Even if they continue to believe in a mystery God, they'll see what it does. A lot of it they're gonna see in you too. Like if they see you raise yourself up to being perpendicular on a square, you know what I'm saying? Then it's going to change how they see Islam. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, the way they see Islam, is based on we were talking about that earlier, how the God, divine Son, peace. We was talking about that earlier, how the guy got a program where he's going to be going in to the correction system, right, and educating brothers. But in order to do that, he had to make a presentation to the Department of Corrections. And when he had to make the presentation to the Department of Corrections, right, some of them, they thought the 5% was a prison gang, because that's the only place they've experienced 5%. They never seen them no place else. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of times that's based on that perception. But see, once you show them that word is life, right? And they see, what was your outcome based on that, and they see what was their outcome based on, the mystery they believed in. You know what I'm saying? That's the real pudding right there when they say the proof is in the pudding. You understand what I'm saying? Allah said, I thought KRS-One would have had learned after all those songs, like Love's Gonna Get You, True Self, Do what I say, not what I do. Righteous Devoir, it's one's own responsibility to learn from the lessons they experience in life. Yeah. 793rd said KRS-One also wrote 13 and Good in 1989 or so. Yeah, that was a Bugged Out record. Righteous Dubois said Islam is based on the science of self and what you can bring into the reality to manifest the right and exact, that one is capable, our self, Lord and Master. Yeah, that's what Islam is. But, other people just like, look, right now, certain people's image of Islam, right, is a terrorist. Depending on how limited the person's, life and viewpoints are, that's their image. You understand what I'm saying? Or me and a brother was building that when you play, say even when you play Cowboys and Indians, right? You always play Indians as a warlike people. But see, it was the Plains Indians that fought them a certain kind of way. There was other Indians that they didn't run around and shoot spears. Not shoot spears, shoot arrows. Put on war paint. If they did shoot arrows, they shot them at animals. But they give you that perception. They give you that perception that all Indians are Plains Indians and they all warlike. And then you start forming opinions based on that perception. True Number 20 said, I believe until one is faced with forced solitude, as in going to the penal system or a life-threatening situation, many will remain in fear and docility. I mean, like I said, I think environment can impact things, absolutely. But at the same time, anybody, like we got the knowledge now, right? But I can look back at things about me now and see that these was characteristics that I already had. You understand what I'm saying? Mathematics just helped me develop and bring them out. But these was characteristics that I already had. To take a word from the street, this culture's got to be in you, not on you. Wait a minute. Yeah, Khalid. What did it say? Khalid. this right here. Dr. Degenstein said, let's not take 13 and good out of context, though. He was telling the story of what's happening in the world. He wasn't advocating messing with 13-year-olds. I mean, now, Dr. Degenstein, and I don't want to get involved in that whole rabbit hole. I don't want to get involved with that whole rabbit hole, but in light of recent accusations against one of Karis One's close friends, and his defense of said close friend, I don't know if I could guarantee your statement that is being taken out of context. $793 said, didn't the guys run down on him for not black but brown from the boogie? Not black but brown for the boogie down. My philosophy to pull his coat. Then he came back with that Jesus was black freestyle. On that album, that was my philosophy. On the next album, he started saying some stuff, when he was saying stuff like, you only want to talk about sex, you gotta study more than just Clarence 13X, stuff like that. Brothers asking him what he meant by that. $793 said it was supposed to be edutainment. Think about it. Righteous DeBois said opinions formed from wrong perception will have a person stuck in 6. This is the only see Islam in that narrow view of religion. True Self said to keep us illiterate and use us as a tool. True 126 Karis' whole catalog is education. 793 said his apathy was disturbing, but whatever. Is y'all knew what it was. Next. Righteous DuBois said, what about Karis One? 793 said, I think it was supposed to be edutainment. I mean, he when he made that statement, he's not somebody I don't know. There's some things that people say that it leads me to believe that, look, I can't tell nobody what's on your mind because, what you said was so far from what I would have said that, we don't think about on mostly any level. But he's definitely quite a character. But y'all, get up out of here and get some work done. Let me get up out of here and get some work done, y'all. Tomorrow we get to some building, do some live videos. By tomorrow I should be getting some recording in. Right now I'm about to go get some writing in. And yeah, check me out. Check out the St. Joseph that's out right now. The Passion of Christ that's coming. But I see y'all soon. Peace.